Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to cover how Cortana could possibly be defeated. Now I think that there are two primary methods, both of these involving different aspects of the domain. Now this idea for a video was submitted by Arc48 in the comments of the last video, where I asked you guys to submit your theories, video ideas, fan theories, anything you wanted me to talk about in a video, and I received a ton of great ideas. Many of those have been added to my upcoming video list that I have, so if your theory or idea didn't make it into this video, then don't worry, there is a very high chance that it will show up in an upcoming video. So, thank you to Arc48 for the suggestion, and also another little announcement before we start. I just created an official Hidden Xperia Facebook page. The link is in the description. If you want to go and drop it a like, that would be great, and we can experience the finest Halo banter and the best shitposts in the galaxy together on Facebook. So if you enjoyed this video, a like is very appreciated, and also leave your theories and thoughts on Cortana's ultimate defeat in the comments. So, it's pretty obvious that there's eventually going to be some super emotional scene where Chief finally destroys this last remaining part of the original Cortana in Halo 6 or whatever. But the question is how? Or rather, how does humanity get themselves in such a position to do so, given how difficult Cortana is to reach? Well, the first way is getting to Maestrillian, the Foreigner capital, where the domain itself is located. I have discussed this before in my Reach Halo 6 theory video, so I'm not going to go into extensive detail, but basically the crashed Foreigner ship on Reach supposedly had the coordinates to Maestrillian on it. That would be how they'd find the location of the lost Foreigner capital. However, I have no idea why humanity would choose Reach out of all the possible locations as the place to search for these coordinates, or in the first place, why they'd even know why they had to travel to Maestrillian, because they don't know that the domain is located there. In regards to the former, maybe Dr. Halsey rescans the information that she gathered from her research of the ship that she did with Cortana on Reach, and she finds something relating to the domain there. In regards to the latter, if the Janus key does somehow come back to the forefront, it might be able to show the location of the domain. However, given that the domain is a precursor technology, then there's always a chance that it might not show up. However, this as a whole is very unlikely, because for the Janus key to come back, that means that the Absolute Record needs to come back, which unfortunately I just don't see happening, at least anytime soon. Anyways, I digress, back to the theory. Humanity need to get to Maestrillian because it's where the domain is, the thing that's keeping Cortana and the Warden alive. The easiest way for humanity to finally destroy Cortana would be to destroy the domain. By doing so, Cortana won't have this font of life for AIs anymore, and the Warden won't have a place to exist. So by destroying the domain, both should, at least theoretically, just sort of cease to exist. Sadly though, the likelihood of us going back to Reach and then to Maestrillian in Halo 6 or Halo 7 or whatever is fairly unlikely from a realistic sort of developmental point of view. However, there is a far more realistic way for humanity to defeat Cortana, and that involves the Gateway, or rather, the Gateways. The Gateway on Genesis acted as a sort of connection between reality and the domain. The only way to get actual access to it, at least that we know of, is via the Gateway. Now, let's assume that there's more than just the one Gateway on Genesis, which, in my opinion, is a pretty logical assumption. That means that there's loads of gateways just scattered across the galaxy on various worlds that all connect the domain to reality. Now again, hypothetically, if humanity were to destroy all of these gateways, the domain wouldn't have a link to reality anymore, which would completely stop anything in the domain from being able to interact with anything outside of itself. This means that the Warden wouldn't be able to find or take control of his bodies, and Cortana wouldn't be able to control the Guardians or do anything at all. However, doing this wouldn't eliminate the threat of Cortana and the domain entirely. They'd still exist, they just wouldn't be connected to reality anymore. This comes as a problem when the installations on which the gateways were destroyed begin automatically repairing them as part of the installation failsafe protocols or whatever. So ultimately, this comes as a temporary fix to the problem. As soon as the gateways are repaired, the domain is linked again, and therefore Cortana and the Warden get their power back. On the contrary, this doesn't mean that there can't be a permanent fix, and I have an idea for this fix that would be an absolutely fantastic story element. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it here because I plan on making a video about it in the next few days, but here it goes. So, humanity manages to find all of the gateways in the galaxy via a cartographer of some sort on Genesis that Exuberant Witness helped them locate. Part of the game in which this takes place's campaign is spent travelling from world to world, with the Infinity and maybe even the Shadow of Intent. How fucking awesome would that be? With these two ships, you find the gateways and destroy them, until you get to the final one, where Chief knows what he has to do. He has to enter the final gateway, and destroy Cortana in the domain himself. But once he's inside, he tells Blue Team to destroy the gateway, in case he fails to kill Cortana, or something just goes terribly wrong inside. Chief goes inside, there's an emotional cutscene that plays after some sort of boss fight, or Chief somehow destroying Cortana. Her old chip is involved somehow, to add a sort of nostalgic aspect to the emotion. The final gateway is destroyed, Cortana is destroyed, and Chief is left trapped inside the domain, stranded, alone, with no connection to reality. Now, not only would that be an awesome way to actually kill Cortana and also end the creative story arc, it would also serve as a fantastic way, in my opinion, to kill Chief without actually killing him, because Master Chief is a character that, in my opinion, can never truly be killed, purely due to him pretty much being the face of the Halo franchise, and that is never going to change. So, unfortunately, from a realistic, real-life point of view, I can never see Chief actually dying, but something like this would be a fantastic way to sort of pseudo-kill him, but he wouldn't actually be dead, so he's sort of still drifting out there. So in any future stories, he can still come back. It's not completely off the table, but it's pretty difficult. And that's going to do it for this video. If you have any thoughts on Cortana or even Master Chief's final death, then leave them in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, thank you to Arc48 for the video idea, and also for the rest of you guys who have given me some really cool video ideas for the future. Be sure to join me next time when I discuss the Master Chief's ultimate death. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you then in what's going to be a pretty sad video.